If you've ever felt confused in a relationship, like something is off, but you can't fully explain it, this might be why. Because the hardest part about dealing with a narcissist isn't them. It's how long it takes you to realize what's actually happening. Narcissists don't show up as obviously toxic people. If they did, no one would stay. They show up as charming, attentive, even perfect at the beginning. And that's what makes it dangerous. Because by the time a red flags show up, you're already emotionally invested. So in this video, I'm going to break down 7 signs you might be dealing with a narcissist and why most people ignore them. Warning sign 1. Too good too fast. At the beginning, everything feels intense in a good way. They give you attention, validation, consistency. It feels like you finally met someone who gets you. But here's the problem. It moves too fast. You feel a strong connection before you've had time to actually know them. This is often called love bombing. It's not genuine connection. It's acceleration. They're creating emotional attachment quickly, before you can see clearly. And because it feels good, most people don't question it. Warning sign 2. Words don't match actions. They say everything you want to hear. They talk about consistency, effort, even a future. But slowly their actions start telling a different story. Plans get canceled. Energy becomes inconsistent. Effort drops. But instead of walking away, you start explaining it. Maybe they're just busy. Maybe I'm overthinking. That's how the cycle starts. Confusion replacing clarity. Warning sign 3. You start doubting yourself. Before this person, you trusted your instincts. You knew when something felt right or wrong. Now, you question everything. You replay conversations in your head. You wonder if you're being too sensitive. You start shrinking your reactions just to keep the peace. That's not growth. That's psychological pressure slowly making you disconnect from yourself. Warning sign 4. They avoid accountability. When something goes wrong, they don't take responsibility. Instead, they shift the focus. If you bring up an issue, suddenly you're the problem. You're too emotional, too much, or misunderstanding them. And instead of resolving the issue, you end up defending yourself. Over time, this trains you to stop speaking up altogether. Warning sign 5. Hot and cold behavior. One day they're attentive, present, everything feels good. The next, they're distant, unavailable, or cold. That inconsistency isn't random. It creates attachment. Because you keep chasing the version of them from the beginning. You start thinking, if I just do things right, it'll go back to how it was. But that version wasn't stable to begin with. Warning sign 6. You feel emotionally drained. You think about them constantly, trying to understand them, trying to fix things. You give more time, more energy, more patience, but nothing really improves. And slowly, you start feeling tired mentally and emotionally. That's a sign something is taking more from you than it's giving. Warning sign 7. You stay for potential. At some point, you start holding on to what they could be instead of what they consistently show you. You remember the beginning, the good moments, the version of them you first met, and you convince yourself that if you just wait, they'll go back to that. But potential is not reality, and staying for potential keeps you stuck. The truth is, narcissistic patterns aren't always obvious at first. They build slowly through confusion, inconsistency, and emotional highs and lows. And by the time you fully see it, you're already attached. But awareness changes everything, because once you can clearly see the pattern, you stop blaming yourself for it. If this felt a little too accurate, it's not a coincidence. Follow for more psychology content that actually helps you understand what you're experiencing.